Hi guys, welcome back. I am Maya with Simply Bloom. So today I wanted to discuss a few things with you. But first off, we had a good friend bring over a bunch of toys and like a little playground for the kids. So they're right over there playing on that. They love it. Thank you so much, Brenda, for bringing that over. They are loving it. So while they play right there, I am going to be dealing with some things, and I'm starting a new series. I told my husband this and he laughed so hard. I was kind of joking, but then after telling him, I decided, no, we're gonna do this. So I am showing you all my dirty little garden secrets that I've been keeping from you. Life has been so busy. I just had a baby in April, so he's turning 5 months old this upcoming week, and I've been busy. So busy. I've started selling my flowers and apples at our farmers market every Saturday. I'm just busy, and I'm not giving the garden as much attention as it needs. So I have been keeping dirty little garden secrets from you guys, and pretty much all it is just disasters in the garden that I've just been avoiding all year. And I have not been showing you guys because they're embarrassing. Well, we are gonna fix it together. So let me show you. So starting off here of the background of where I was standing, doesn't look horrible, but if you look down, this is where the bad begins. It's overgrown. I never put a proper edge in at all. Look at this bull thistle that's starting to come up right there. Just weeds, disasters. I do have to show this though. This is one of my, another thistle there. I'm not sure what this black plastic is for. It's along the foundation of our house. Eventually, I would like to do like stone here, brick here, but that's just not going to happen right now. But I have this beautiful Queen of Sweden rose here. Absolutely gorgeous. I love it. But just weeds, disaster everywhere. Here's the vanilla strawberry hydrangea that I did not prune. So everything's just flopping over. There's a sumac growing up right in the middle of that. More thistle. This is right off the back deck, and I throw my empty boxes on the back deck because I do the no dig no till method. So I use cardboard, and the wind blows the empty cardboard boxes off the deck. They're just mixed in. I have a rose here I want to train. It's the Above and Beyond rose. Beautiful rose. My only complaint is it only blooms once. Most roses you'll get at least 2 flushes throughout the season. This only gets 1 flush, but that's just a mess. I have trash that's blown off the deck. Disaster, disaster, disaster. More thistle, weeds coming from underneath. Another beautiful rose though, can't buy a rose. But anyways, so this is my first episode of Dirty Little Secrets that I've been hiding and not showing. I put this bed in 2 years ago, and I'll flash something up on the screen of what it looked like before. So it has come a long ways. There are some little beautiful parts I love. This Rudbeckia with this little Joe Pye weed. This is the dwarf version. I love that. I got that idea from Flower Fanatic. This here is one of my favorite roses for Zone 3. Absolutely beautiful. It's probably the rose that thrives the most in my garden. Dark glossy leaves. It's Miracle on the Hudson. Beautiful, blooms pretty much once it starts blooming in June. It will always have a bloom on it throughout the whole year. And I'm actually doing something fun. I've been deadheading 90%, but I have left a couple rose hips on it here. Beautiful big rose hips, but I thought maybe I might want to try planting the seeds of this rose. So we'll see what happens. The new growth is this beautiful burgundy color. Anyways, so what I want to start doing is, 1, pick up all the trash. 2, I want to give it a proper edge, and I want to bring the edge out like a good 2 to 3 feet. edge it, and then I'm just gonna remove a small section of sod for the edge, and then I'm gonna lay down cardboard and mulch. So I'm not gonna remove all the grass, but I do wanna remove some for a proper edge. And then we have a gopher problem. My dog dug that. So the sod that I do remove, I'm just gonna throw in that hole. He was trying to catch the gophers. See my shadow. So anyways, while my kiddos play on their new play set, I am going to get to work. So I think pick up the trash, remove the thistle, edge, and this will most likely be a few day project. So let's get to work on episode 1 of Dirty Little Garden Secrets.
you guys, I'm finally done. I think honestly it's been like 4 weeks later. I think I started this at the end of August or early September, and it is October. This is one of the projects that I just had real problems finding the motivation to do. Normally I would come out and work like 5-10 minutes, and then I'd have to go do something else, and I actually ended up taking a long break because I was getting so sick and tired of it, and I started to do a couple other little things that I knew I could finish in an hour or less, and it just kind of refueled me, I guess. And now the temperature is getting cooler, and I just feel motivated again, and luckily it's not perfect, but we got it done. Let me show you. Okay, here we are. I just noticed my dog just ran through here, and I think because it wasn't like this when I started early this morning, I dug that trench. I don't know if you remember seeing me, to make like a nice edge. Well, I didn't do it properly. I probably should have removed like 2 feet of sod to make it more level, because what happened when I dug that trench is a pretty deep trench too. Now all the cardboard and mulch, if anyone steps there, just tips forward. So I'm gonna have to bring more mulch to touch that up. But I wanted to bring the bed out far enough where I have these echinacea that just kind of flopped over. They were beautiful, beautiful echinacea. You can kind of see what I love is they get kind of like tufted flowers on top too, not just around the bottom of the cone. And it was annoying because they were flopping onto the grass. Not that we have beautiful grass, but I wanted it to stay in the flower bed. So that's how I was basing it on. And look, more room for plants. Now I do have some Asiatic lilies there, but I could tuck something along the border there and maybe right there. Definitely better. Look at this rose. This is a Miracle on the Hudson rose. It's one of my favorite roses for my area. It's not a high petal count. I prefer the higher petal counts. Excuse my messy hand. But this is the most attractive shrub I have as far as roses goes. A little bit of insect damage, but not bad considering some of my other roses. So it's pretty resistant to pests and insects. Blooms all summer long. I deadheaded this once, and not even fully, because what I'm doing is I thought it'd be a fun experiment to try growing some roses from seed. So I left the rose hips just to mature. I'm waiting for these to get all the way red, or maybe they're only going to turn orange. I'm not sure. I'll wait probably another month until they're fully colored, and then I'll bring you along in that process. But this is the beautiful, like a deep velvety red. I think the reason why I do like this red is it has a cool undertone, like a blue undertone, not a hot orange undertone. So it's definitely more of a coolish red. Love it. Absolutely love it. So Miracle on the Hudson. And then I have this clematis. You guys, it has been so long since I started the beginning of this video. I'm sorry if I already showed you all these plants. I can't remember. I love this clematis as well. Has bloomed literally all summer long. I'm not sure what it is. It's the clematis that I'm guessing blooms on old wood and new wood, because I never cut it back, and it was the first one to start blooming. I have a couple delphiniums down there. My Joe pieweed here is pretty much all bloomed out, but I think even the dry blooms look really, really pretty. Here's another clematis. It's hard to see in this early lighting, but it's like a deep royal purpley blue. I cut back the silver mound. I have a few dark side of the moon astilbe. I mean, they survive in my garden. I'm honestly not super happy. Granted, they haven't gotten probably as much water this year as they need, but they're surviving, just not thriving. So it gets a lot of sun here, which this astilbe can take full sun or full shade. So maybe I'll try moving it somewhere else. This Rudbeckia was amazing and it was beautiful, but it's pretty bloomed out. I have 3, 1, 2, 3. The one in the back, I don't know if it just doesn't get enough sun, but it just did not bloom real well. I got one bloom stalk, as you can see. This ajuga is beautiful. Here's the Queen of Sweden. It is my favorite smelling rose. This is a David Austin Queen of Sweden. You can see the difference. That's all the bigger it got versus the Miracle on the Hudson. Queen of Sweden definitely struggled, but it's a high petal count, absolutely gorgeous. Zone 4, I think I've had like 2 blooms on it this year, and it is pushing new growth because at one point the bugs ate it so bad there were like no leaves left to photosynthesize. So I'm happy it did push new growth. I'm not entirely sure what was eating it. We do not have Japanese beetles here, so I'm not sure what was eating it. I probably could have sprayed. I didn't. I just chose, if I can help it, I'm not going to spray. I have lots of animals and stuff, and I know there's a proper way to spray, so I'm not against spraying. Just here in my garden, I just decided not to. That's just what happened. Here's a vanilla strawberry hydrangea that is flopping. I did not prune it the last 2 years. I planted it 3 years ago, so this early spring I definitely want to prune it and try to help make the stem stronger. I have 2 bearded irises that did not bloom this year. They bloomed so beautifully in the nursery can last spring, and then I planted it out. As far as I know, I did not plant it too deep. Gorgeous foliage. I love the texture. And then there is a pink catmint there. I'm sorry, I can't remember the name, but I love the smell here. The smell is incredible. I do have a little bee balm that I totally forgot about. Just little popped up there. I have a couple dianthus I am not a fan of. I do not like those dianthus, so I put them in front. This is to get under our deck, the little door to get under the deck, which I need to get under there. And we have this like sumac here. I didn't chop it off right there because that's what I do all the time. I want to actually like crawl under and chop it way back there where it's coming up. So that's why that's still there. This rose is an Above and Beyond rose. I need to add another patch of cardboard and mulch. I couldn't reach it, but now that I have tied the canes up, now I can patch that up there. But this thing completely got eaten, like no leaves left, other than a little spot right there. I love this rose in the spring. Otherwise, my only complaint is it only blooms once. Like the Miracle on the Hudson blooms all season long. This one gets an insanely large, massive flush of flowers in the spring, and then it's done. And it just kind of sits and chills. So someday I might want to replace this with a different rose, but I'm going to prune it up and or along the deck. There's still cardboard and some toys from the kids. Train it up along the deck, which would be nice because it'll hide all that crap. And then I do have a clematis that I was going to train up the deck and to have mingle with the rose. But it's like growing, it flopped over, grew underneath the catmint. So when I cut the catmint back, then I'm not sure what this clematis is, if it blooms on old wood or new wood. So I'm going to cut the back, the catmint, and then just kind of tie this up to the deck, and we'll see what happens next year. But that is it. I am done. Still, like I said, a couple things to patch up, a couple things to cut back still, but I'm feeling so much better that it's pretty much done. There's still some things I think I talked about. There's like that black plastic along the bottom of the house. That needs to change. Things need to get painted. Things need to get fixed. Always will be. But I'm feeling much better that this spot is not quite such an eyesore. So thank you so much for joining me in this video. I hope you'll have a great day, and I will see you next time. Bye.